been a long, hard-fought game for these young men. I thought we got off to a pretty decent start. Prairie View got off to a fast start on us. Offensively, we fought back, but I think we just ran out of gas, like I told the guys. We just ran out of gas. They said, well, Coach, where do you go from here? We go back to work. I still think we have a good football team. We're talking about a team that was assembled in the spring with no spring game, no spring practice, and then you bring in another 25 kids who never met each other. So the chemistry still is not there. But we saw some good things. And I feel that, we'll go back to work tomorrow at noon, and then we'll continue to move from there and hopefully for some positive things to happen for the rest of the season.
Coach, you had a few turnovers in there. How do you correct that moving forward?
Well, like I told the quarterback, one of those interceptions coming into the locker room, I felt he should have pulled it down and ran the football. I think our quarterback situation has been solved. Everybody sees this kid can play. He can do some things with the football. We just need to, I want to make sure I look at the film, make sure I put him in the right situations. I call every play on offense, so I want to make sure I put him in the right situations before I can actually say what did he do wrong, why did he do it wrong. Like I told the defensive staff, let's make sure that we put these guys in the right situation before we start trying to correct them or constructively criticizing those kids. Because these are the same kids that have to get up and play for us in 2 weeks from now. So, again, I still feel good about the football team. I feel good about my quarterback position.
Coach, after having no spring game and no spring practice and bringing in all the new players, do you think that had an effect on the defense with the new scheme?
Well, I'm never one for excuses. When you're coming out of a 3-man, 3-3 defense, which Coach Ramsey used to run, and when you shift to a 4-2-5, it's a lot of things that need to be done, and also personnel. We need to continue. We have decent personnel for what we're running, but it's going to take another recruiting class or two to get the right personnel in here for that. And to answer your question, I think it does. I mean, defensively, those type of things happen when you don't have the time. Offensively, a couple of those guys already played in my system. So, that's why it looked a whole lot, it was kind of lopsided a little bit.
Any other questions? Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
With the conditioning, I noticed they had an issue with the hurry-up offense that PV was running. Do you worry about that in the future when other teams watch this game?
Well, we're going to make some corrections. That was a concern. And I take my hat off to Coach Northern and his football team. They beat us with 2 plays on offense. A bubble screen and a zone read. If they come down, we'll pull and throw it. If they don't come down, we'll give it to the running back. Those are the only 2 plays they beat us with. And a couple of missed tackles. I feel strongly about our kicking game. I was a firm believer that we can win the kicking game in another phase, whether it was offense or defense, we would have been fine. But when you lose the offensive battle and you lose the defensive battle, we don't stand a chance like that. And we will get better. It's unacceptable. I take full responsibility of it as the head coach.
Coach, the score was 13-13 at one point. What was the game changer after that?
Well, I think the game changer was the touchdown callback. I'm going to go and review the film. When you're dealing with a young football team, and my biggest question again was, and I've said it publicly, with a young football team, can we face the adversity and get through it? If we could have faced the adversity and got through it, and I thought we were almost there, but when the flag, the touchdown got called back, it seemed like every drive we had, it was a flag. So I don't know. I just need to go back and look at the film. He said that we blocked. They have this new rule called 10-2. Say hit him on the side. That wasn't what I saw. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's a very questionable call. I don't think that you should throw a flag like that in a big time game like that. You know, that call could have went either way. You know, I saw a lot of things out there going on where I thought some flags should have been thrown. But who am I? I'm just a coach.
How important was that interception that got thrown into the end zone? Causey, how important was that to the offensive momentum of the game?
It was big. We had just recovered. I think it was a punt. We had just recovered. The momentum was going. I think at the time, I think it was 13-13, or we were down 3. I think it was very, very important. And I told him, you know, we've been working on him staying in the pocket, trying to make the throws. And that kind of shot us in the foot right there because he, you know, we see he can run the football. He can do some things with the football. And you know, we're going to go ahead and take the handcuffs off him and let him go ahead and play football. You know, you got to remember he's a young kid that started for me as a freshman at Shaw. He sat out last year, so he still has a lot of work to do.
You know, Edward Perkins loving your return in the backfield, but you were big on Mr. Davion Porter, ranked number 5 in the nation of all running backs. He comes out tonight to assess his game.
Yeah, you know, he's special. I mean, everybody witnessed his team speed, and that's what we were missing last year, team speed. And I mean, this guy can get on the corners and on the flank, and has unbelievable balance. I feel that we have a very great 1-2 punch. You know, he was a big recruit for us. I mean, I don't think we really realize what we have with that young man, the type of recruit that we signed. I think he's a kid that we're going to have to put the spotlight on, and he's going to be very special for this program.
I was looking for a little bit more Fred Plummer tonight.
Yeah, you know, I thought that they were kind of keying on Fred, and we moved him inside to the slot. We tried to get some passes in there to him, and then when Causey went down, he went down with cramps. So it was hard for him to move with those cramps. And then it seemed like we would, shoot ourselves in the foot when we got a drive going. You know, just penalties. We'll clean that up. Penalties hurt us. I don't point the finger at anybody but myself. It's my job to get them going in the right direction, and I need to do that.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, Pat.